The entire entertainment world froze the moment Yulong's father stepped in front of the flashing cameras, his expression carved with a mixture of disappointment, exhaustion, and something darker that no one could define. Reporters leaned forward, microphones stretched out like hungry claws, waiting for the sentence that would shatter the carefully polished image of young Mei Mei. For months, the couple had been praised as the perfect modern love story, two rising stars, elegant, polite, flawless in public. But now, the patriarch of the powerful Yu family was ready to break the silence. His first words sliced through the air like a blade. "There is something everyone needs to know about my daughter-in-law." From that moment, the frenzy began. Social media exploded, live stream comments flew faster than anyone could read, and millions of fans sat on edge, terrified that everything they believed about the glamorous couple was nothing more than an illusion. In the hours that followed, rumors swirled with frightening speed. Some insisted that young Mei Mei had betrayed the family. Others claimed she had been hiding a past so dark that even her closest friends refused to talk about it. A few online detectives posted grainy screenshots and blurry documents, suggesting she had concealed a major scandal. The public became obsessed with the idea that behind her gentle smile was a secret capable of tearing the entire Yu family apart. Comment sections turned into battlefields, with accusations flying in every direction. Broadcasting stations interrupted their regular programs just to cover the unfolding drama. Even Yulong remained silent, which only fueled the flames. His absence from the press conference made viewers believe the worst. Maybe he too had discovered something that shook him to his core. When Yulong's father finally continued his statement, his voice trembled not with fear, but with frustration. He spoke of sleepless nights, of observing behavior that didn't match the perfect image the world had seen. He described moments where Mei Mei appeared overwhelmed, withdrawn, secretive. He mentioned how the family struggled to understand her choices, how she seemed to keep certain things away from the public eye, and how this secrecy had led many to misunderstand her intentions. The more he spoke, the more reporters whispered among themselves, each speculating about what devastating revelation was about to follow. The intensity of the moment was suffocating. Every word seemed to hint that a scandal beyond imagination was seconds from being exposed. Online forums churned out every possible theory. Some claimed she had financial issues hidden from the Yu family. Others insisted she had been involved in controversies early in her career, covered up by agencies eager to protect her image. A few even suggested she had been using the family's influence for personal gain. Hashtags soared to millions of mentions as netizens dissected every gesture, every expression, every interview she had ever given. Even innocent photos from years ago were pulled apart as people searched for clues. The narrative grew darker by the hour, transforming young Mei Mei from a beloved rising star into a mysterious woman surrounded by shadows. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, sources whispered about tension in the family home. They described Yulong pacing endlessly through the night, trying to understand how the situation had spiraled so quickly. They mentioned how Mei Mei remained quiet, refusing to defend herself, refusing to fight the wildfire of public judgment. Some insiders claimed she had attempted to speak privately with the family but had been met with skepticism and coldness. Others rumored that she locked herself in her studio, working until dawn, as if drowning herself in responsibilities to escape the unbearable pressure of being misunderstood. Every new rumor made the public even more desperate to know the truth. When Yulong's father finally delivered the core revelation, the world held its breath. Reporters leaned so close they nearly spilled over the front row. His voice deepened, slow and deliberate, as if he carried the weight of the entire nation's expectations on his shoulders. "The truth," he said, "is not what people think." The confusion rippled immediately, and then he continued, his expression softening for the first time. "What she has been hiding is how much she has been suffering in silence because she didn't want to burden anyone. She has been working day and night, taking on responsibilities no one ever sees, trying to prove that she is worthy of this family. She never complained, not once, and we misunderstood her." The room fell silent. Cameras stopped clicking. Comment sections froze mid-insult. The twist was so unexpected that even the harshest critics were stunned. Yulung's father explained that the strange behavior people had misinterpreted as deceit was actually exhaustion, pressure, and fear of disappointing the family she had married into. He revealed how she woke up before dawn to manage charity work, brand commitments, and domestic responsibilities she never publicized. How she secretly supported staff members struggling financially. How she spent hours studying traditional customs just to avoid embarrassing the older members of the Yu family during formal gatherings. She did everything quietly, without recognition, without asking for thanks. The truth hit everyone with the force of a tidal wave. Young Mei Mei's only secret was that she was working harder, giving more, sacrificing more than anyone ever realized. She hid her struggles so she wouldn't weigh down her husband. She hid her worries so she wouldn't disappoint her in-laws. She hid her fatigue so her fans wouldn't worry. In the end, she wasn't hiding a scandal. She was hiding her own pain, hoping to carry everything alone. When Yulong finally appeared beside his father, he immediately took the microphone. His voice wavered as he admitted he had misunderstood her too, that he should have defended her sooner, that he should have recognized the signs of her exhaustion. He apologized openly, something rarely seen in the entertainment world, and declared that the world owed Mei Mei an apology as well. His heartfelt confession spread across the internet, generating a wave of sympathy that replaced the earlier hostility. The comment sections began to shift from accusation to remorse, from anger to admiration. By the time the conference ended, the narrative had completely transformed. People who had spent the morning attacking her were now praising her resilience. Viewers who had doubted her sincerity now called her one of the most hard-working women in the industry. Even critics admitted they had misjudged her. The explosive secret the world expected turned out to be a revelation of her dedication, discipline, and strength. And for the first time in weeks, young Mei Mei stepped outside, lifted her head, and smiled, not to hide pain, but because the truth had finally been revealed in the most unexpected, dramatic, and heart-wrenching way. In the days after the press conference, something remarkable began to happen. Instead of retreating from the spotlight as many expected, young Mei Mei quietly returned to her daily routine, carrying on with her work as if nothing had changed. But this time, the world was watching her with different eyes. Paparazzi once criticized her for appearing tired or expressionless, but now those same images were reinterpreted. Fans saw the fatigue of a woman who had been pushing herself far beyond her limits. Clips of her greeting staff with a gentle bow, offering water to makeup artists, or helping interns carry heavy equipment resurfaced and flooded social media. People who once doubted her sincerity now use these clips as proof of her genuine nature. Without saying a single defensive word, she allowed her actions, captured over years, to speak in her place. It was as if the world collectively realized they had misjudged a woman who never tried to glorify herself despite carrying far more responsibility than anyone ever imagined. Even brands and colleagues began sharing their own stories. A fashion stylist revealed how Mei Mei stayed long after a photo shoot ended to help clean up the set because the staff looked exhausted. A young actor confessed that during his debut, she secretly coached him backstage and helped fix his microphone when no one else paid attention. A director admitted she once insisted on reshooting a scene, not for her own benefit, but because she felt the supporting cast deserved a better spotlight. These testimonials spread like wildfire, painting a picture of a woman who consistently chose empathy over image, humility over